Hello and welcome back. In this session, we're going to create just a small application, just a coin toss game. Um, it will it will introduce classes to us, and it will also uh, revise some of our if statements and conditional statements there. Okay, I'm going to start off with a text box again. With a text box, somebody's going to pop in either heads or tails. So we'll just pop in a text box here. I'll call this TXT choice here for the so TXT choice. Again, I'll just go back here and I'll just take out the word text box. Okay. Now again, somebody again will put in their choice. They'll need a button then to spin the coin or toss the coin. So I'll just put a button there, and I'll just call this BTN flip. Okay, and the text I'll put in that button is flip coin. Okay, and again, when the coin is flipped, we'll want an answer here. Okay, sorry about that. I'll just go back here. Okay, so again, with the answer, I'm just going to put that into a text block. So I'll just put a text block here. Just make that a little bit wider. Okay, and I'll call this text block LBL display. Okay, and I'm just going to change the font size in that so you'll be able to see a little bit better when I actually run this program. So I'll go up to font and I'll just change the size here, just a little bit bigger, maybe 28. Okay, and I'm just going to take out the word text block, like that. Okay, so there's our application, and again I want all the action in behind the flip coin button, so I'll double click that to open up the C# page for this. Okay, I'll just get okay. Bring it back and pull the door there. Actually, close it. And if numgen equals the digit 2, but then tails you win. So I'm going to just copy, just to be cheeky here, I'll just copy this and put it in here, and you win. The flip was tails. Okay, and the last one here is, well, I'll just paste that in again, and you lose. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so let's look at the logic of this. Okay, again, we started off with a choice where somebody typed into the text box either heads or tails. We brought in the random class to generate a number between 1 and 2. So if we think of the program reading down, it now has a value in numgen and it now has a value in choice. And I'm using an if statement here, so if choice, again, what I'm really saying is heads is 1 and tails is 2. So if choice equals heads, well then numgen equals 1, but then you win, it was heads, and likewise you win, it was tails if the num generator was 2 and you chose tails in the text box. Otherwise you lose. So let's test this now. Okay, I'll just start up the emulator. Okay, so I'm back here again. So let's start this off. Again, I'll just hit the page up on my keyboard so I can use my keyboard, and I'll type in heads. Okay, click flip coin. You lose. I'll just flip again. You win. The flip was heads. Let's just test it there with tails. Okay, and you lose. Okay, so you lose again. It must have been heads. You win. The flip was tails. Okay, so again, let's just go back to this. You lose. business here. I typed in tails, flip coin, you lose. I wanted to say, just for instance there, you lose, the flip was heads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, to get this working, I'm going to embed an if statement into the logic here. So I'll stop debugging so I can work away. Close that. Okay, I'm going to embed an if statement here in the else. Okay, so what I want to say here is, I'm going to declare a variable here, string result. String result. See, all I want to do, I won't initialize it yet, but all I want to do here is actually get a value, or to apply one or two or heads or tails to an actual variable itself. Okay, so I'll do that with a simple if statement. I can just if open a brace, close a brace, else will do me here. I won't need an else if. So I'll open a brace and close a brace. Okay, so what I'm going to say is if choice, or sorry, my mistake there. If numgen, okay, so if numgen equals 1, okay, now as we said before, that was heads. Okay, well then what I'm going to do is initialize the variable here, which is result, and I'm going to initialize that to heads. Okay, and again, if it's not heads, it must be tails, so therefore else, so therefore result is going to be tails. See, really all I want to do here is just get I want to assign heads or tails to a value. Okay, now if I want to say I can concatenate you lose there, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use string format again. This could be, it's a good opportunity to use string format. Good opportunity, so I'll say string. Sorry, my mistake there. So string dot format. Okay, and open a brace, close it here. Sorry, open a parentheses, close it there. Okay, so you lose. Sorry, just put the flip was okay, and okay, the flip was, and again what I'll do is we'll put in result. Okay, so that looks okay. Let's just look at that line again. I'm using string format here to just show out the thing again. This gives us a practice on string format. Okay, so let's just test this by running it in the emulator. And let's bring this up. Okay, so again I'll type in heads and flip coin, you lose, the flip was tails. Well, so I now know. Now again, I know it's obvious, but it's good to show that. Again, we could take this even a step further by introducing graphics. And again, when we get onto graphics, we'll come back to this application and jazz it up with some graphics. Okay, thank you for your attention.